Hi everybody. So today I just want to talk about something which is important for achieving something meaningful. Like anything meaningful always requires this process, and that is developing a healthy relationship with failure. Yeah, so most people believe that failure is the opposite of success, and we usually loathe it for that reason because we think it comes with a lot of pain and it's in your way, and that it's keeping you from what you want. But the truth is that failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Um, Yesterday I was looking at a little baby, and I noticed how many times she falls in a day. Like, I don't know, I think it was over like 20, 30 times. And one thing which struck me was that babies just fall and they just get up immediately. Like, I don't know, they just have this thing where boom, oh, I'm here. Then they get themselves up and they continue with themselves. But when we become adults, I think once we become accustomed to getting things right and we stop fearing that falling, we start fearing that falling process, then we forget that failure is actually part of success. So when babies are falling, it's because they don't have the balance yet. They're still developing it. But we don't afford ourselves as adults the same amount of patience, of understanding as babies do for themselves. Because for us, we have been conditioned that we have to get things right all the time. We have to do things perfectly. So we need to understand that, first of all, it's okay to not do things perfectly. It's okay to just be good enough and not be excellent at the beginning. Excellence is something which comes with time. That balance of yours will increase and you'll be able to run and jump and do all these amazing things after you've allowed yourself the chance to get into that rhythm and to grow that balance. Yeah, so that's the first thing that you need to understand, that failure is part of success. It's not the opposite of success. And then the second thing which you need to do when developing a relationship with failure is that you need to understand that one of the reasons that people fail is because they're not fully committed to doing something. Of course, great things take time, and the more meaningful or more important your goal is, the more times you're likely to fail in that process. So you need to prepare your mind from the beginning that whenever something, a challenge comes through and you fail, then you know that, okay, I've fallen, but I need to get to my goal because it's extremely important. And getting to your goals is more important than that failure. So you get up again and you keep on trying again. You do better, you get the feedback, you learn the lesson that you need to learn, and you keep on improving from there. And that's a very key factor when it comes to dealing with failure. Yeah, so I remember, like, for someone who especially in academics, like when you get that first failure, it feels so bad because maybe you put in a lot of time, you worked so hard, and it really hurts when you don't achieve your success. But you must remember not to be discouraged and to just like power through it. Like the quicker you get up, the quicker you get to bounce back there, the more chances of your success. Great things take time. Be patient with yourself. Learn the lessons that you need to learn, and avoid like people who will distract you or who will not support your goals. Yeah, because that's something which is very detrimental to like your success. When you're doing something like very important, of course there'll be people who say, they'll be speaking from their inadequacies and saying that you cannot be able to achieve that success because they're looking at things through their eyes. It's not your perspective. It's not your limitations. It's their limitations, and that's what they're trying to place on you. But if you know something, and I've always done this every time I've achieved something, I've known that I'm able to achieve this thing, and despite what other people would say, like I just power through it. Like you can say all you want, like I just shut my ears to it, and that has really helped me achieve a lot of success in a lot of fields over time. And I think the last thing that I want to say is there's a very powerful quote I got from Elon Musk, and that what he said was, if something is important, then you need to do it, regardless of, even if the chances of you failing are high. Yeah, so even if you fail. If something is very important, you have to try to do it. Yeah, so I think he gives an example of he had to he had come to a point where he had to choose between two of his companies, and to share the money amongst them. He could only save one company, so he had to choose between two of his companies, and he couldn't bring himself to like pick which company to save and let the other one go. So he just split the money between the two of them, and luckily for him, it worked out. So that's the same thing when you're working on something meaningful. It's like you're building something. So as you're building something, then you need to understand that when you get to a certain level, like there's a certain part of you which is committed to seeing that thing through. It's like raising a child. Um, you can't allow yourself to just like let go at that stage. So just power through it, learn the lessons, um, grow with whatever that you get to whatever level of growth you need to grow to achieve that, and just really just power through it and stick with it for the longest time. Yeah, so great things are not built because people were intelligent or they were brilliant. It's usually that they just got up one more time and they just stuck with something for so long that they powered through it. So if you continue moving in one direction for a long time, regardless of how slow or how fast or whatever obstacles will be in your way, if you just continue moving, eventually you will get to your destination. And that's a very key thing we need to understand with failure.